Hello, somebody on YouTube requested that I make a video on how I installed my blade onto my Echo weed eater. I bought my weed eater at Home Depot, and when I purchased it at the same time I bought this blade. It's a universal blade kit, but that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to show you how to remove the old head from the weed eater and install this blade. It's a universal blade. First, here's the weed eater that I purchased at Home Depot. It's a SRM 230 weed eater, and that's what it looks like right there. Here's what the manual looks like. I have my parts laid out just like they are here in the manual. And some weed eaters are different. This blade fits a whole bunch of different type of weed eaters. Like this part right here is this. But the one that I'm going to use for my weed eater is this one right here. In order to remove the head that came with the weed eater, you'll need this tool that came with the Echo blade. And what you do is there's like a notch right here, and you just put this tool in here. There's like a hole on the inside, and you have to line up the notch on the adapter plate like with this. And then what you do is you untighten it in this direction. This way you tighten it, this direction untightens it. So you just untighten it by turning it in that direction, and voila, it comes off. And this right here is the adapter plate, and that's what it all looks like on the inside. And then the next thing you want to do is unscrew these screws right here. I already unscrewed them already to quicken up the video, but you just undo this like that, and this old piece will come off right there. Okay, the next thing that you want to do is install the shield. And this little bracket right here, you just install it. I just used the 8mm to hold the nut, and use this tool that comes with it. It's like a star tool, and you just put it together like that. And then like right here, there's these little screws sticking out, and there's these two holes right there. I just like line that up like this and install the shield. And the screws that came with the other shield, I just put those on. And the old shield, there's parts to it. I just put it into a plastic bag so that I don't lose the parts. And all you gotta do is just install this shield right here. Okay, the next thing that you want to do is you want to install the correct adapter plate. For my particular model, the SRM 230, I have to use this adapter plate and this collar. I tried to use this adapter plate, but it's actually too wide right here, and what it does is it rubs against the head, this part right here. It rubs against that whenever I install it. So what I have to do is I have to use this one, and I put this collar on first that came with it, and then these have splines, and they just slide right over the splines just like that. If you have a different weed eater, you may have to use this adapter plate, but for my particular weed eater I have to use this one, but they work the same way. When you go to tighten up the blade, you use this tool, and there's a hole right here in this adapter plate. This adapter plate right here has like a little groove, but all you do is you just line up this groove and this hole like that together, and it kind of locks this in place. And it does the same thing with this. So if your weed eater is different, you need to use this. It works the same. The next thing that you need to do is just install the blade on there like that. There's like a little raised area, and this hole fits right over the top of it, so it can't move this way or this way. It's like really secure. And then finally you put this lower adapter plate on, and then the kit comes with a nut. It's a left hand tightening nut, so it tightens in this direction. The reason it tightens in that direction instead of this way like the rest of the bolts is it has a tendency to tighten it up, because whenever you have machinery that rotates, they'll use these types of nuts to cause the bolt to tighten up instead of loosening during operation. Finally, you're going to need a 17 millimeter socket for that size bolt, and you can use this to hold it like that, or sometimes if I don't have the tool, I just like hold it like this. You just gotta be careful not to cut yourself. This is kind of dull from me using it a lot. And then next, there's like a little tiny hole at the end of this, and they give you a cotter pin, and you just put the cotter pin through the hole, and it's just a prevention to help stop the nut from coming off. And you just kind of bend it backwards like that. If your fingers are weak or something, you can use like needle nose pliers or something to bend it, but it's kind of like a weak cotter pin. But that's how you install it. Woohoo! I'm gonna destroy some weeds. Finally, all you have to install is this harness ring for the harness and the barrier bar. And for the harness ring, there's just a screw, and you use the tool that came with the kit. There's like this square nut. I just use my fingers to hold the square nut and then just tighten it up on there. But you just kind of spread it apart a little bit and fit it over, and then tighten the thing up. And then the harness itself, it has like this quick release where you just pull it like that and it releases it. So I'll just go ahead and pull it and release it and install that thing like that, and there that is. The next thing is this barrier bar. I forget what screws and stuff that it came with to remove it, but all you do is you just take this piece off right here that came with the stock handle. There's a little line right here on the bar. What you want to do is you want to line up the handle, like the end of it, with that, and it keeps it all in balance really nice. But that's what I use right there to line my handle up, this little line, and I line it up with the back end of the handle, and then you just put this barrier bar on like this, and that's pretty much it. You just tighten all four of these down. To shorten up the video a little bit, I'll just put one of them on there, but I'm going to tighten up the rest of them. But that's pretty much how you put those on. It's pretty easy, and that's my video for installing the blade onto an Echo weed eater that I got from Home Depot.